Well, good Thursday evening, everybody. Just coming on this live stream to give you another updated forecast for the rest of our overnight going into the next 8 days as well. So, just a current look at our satellite and radar out there. We just still got a few tiny, really light showers rolling throughout some parts of central Mississippi, but really the heaviest rain has stayed farther down to our southwest, which is no surprise with that tropical system moving its way in, and it's now made its way inland into parts of Louisiana. You can see it with that low pressure there, a few dry lines associated with it, and farther up to our north there is a stationary front, but unfortunately that stationary front really isn't going to cross into our neck of the woods. So when it comes to the next 8 days, one thing you can definitely count on is that humidity will be sticking around, unfortunately. So live look over the metro area, beautiful evening as the sun is setting, but you can see the temperature 84 degrees, that dew point at 78 degrees, lots of humidity, so it still feels like 95 degrees as you're stepping on out the door when it comes to tonight. So yes, that humidity level unfortunately is going to be sticking around. Now, overnight, those temperatures are going to fall again into those mid-70s, so another warm and muggy start to your Friday morning. But the one thing that will be a little bit different is we are expecting a little bit better rain coverage when it comes to tomorrow. And that is definitely going to help us when it comes to those temperatures in the afternoon. So it's only going to be about 90 degrees on your Friday with a 70% chance of those scattered storms rolling into your area. For your Saturday, 91 is going to be the high on that day and a 50% chance. But by the time we get to your Sunday, that's where we're expecting those rain chances really start to lower pretty quick. And whenever those rain chances are going to start to drop, unfortunately, the heat just comes right back, and those high temperatures are going to make its way back into those mid-90s by the time we get to your Sunday. So let's track out the rest of this rain. This is going to be your Friday morning. It should be a mainly dry start for most of us out there. Maybe a light sprinkle in some areas, but overall, mainly dry, like I said. Then we get to those afternoon, and there we go. We got those scattered storms and showers rolling into our area just because of that tropical moisture that came in from that low pressure system. This will affect us until, let's say, the early evening, around 6 p.m. You could see still some scattered showers and thunderstorms going in throughout the area. Then once we get to the overnight, we should begin to finally dry out. We'll wake up on our Saturday morning, and a relatively nice start here, just a few clouds out there and dry as well. But then we get to the afternoon again, and there we go. More scattered showers and storms going to start to roll into the area in the afternoon, still affecting us into the evening as well. And then, of course, we get to that overnight, and there we go. We're going to start to see those rain chances diminish a little bit. But by the time we get to your Sunday, that's where it just doesn't look as overall as good of coverage. By the time we get to the afternoon, only a few little showers, isolated ones, and storms popping up. Really looks like most of the rain should be staying a little bit farther out to our east. Let's say closer to the Meridian area, and especially in the parts of Alabama as well. So, the reason we're getting the rain is because of Invest 93L. It really just never formed into anything. It stayed unorganized, which of course is a good thing. So that just means for our neck of the woods, just turned into a rain event. That's why we have better rain chances overall. So it has now made its way inland, moved in over New Orleans, and right now just 30 mile per hour winds associated with it, and just still slowly moving its way west. I think if this system had dropped its way farther south into more open water, I think we'd be having a completely different discussion, but luckily not the case scenario. So just taking a look at the rest of our spaghetti plots here, most of them moving its way to the northwest and then just completely cutting its way north, hanging out in parts of, let's say, Louisiana into Arkansas as well. So we're staying on the east side of the system, and that's the reason why we're getting all these scattered showers and storms for tomorrow and especially for your Saturday as well. So tracking the total amount of rainfall, it's scattered storms, so it really just depends on how many storms you get hit with in the next 2 days. If you do get hit with multiple storms and some that are a little bit stronger with some heavier downpours, 2 to 3 inches will definitely be possible in some isolated areas. But you can see, based on our graph model here and the total amount of rainfall, some of us might not just see as much of rain, half an inch to an inch, just depending on how these showers and storms really line up when it comes to those afternoon hours into the evening for your Friday and Saturday. So, taking a look at the recap of your next 8-day forecast. For tomorrow, like I said, a little bit cooler, 90 degrees, same case scenario on your Saturday at 91, just because we have those better rain chances. That's the one nice thing. If we want to get away from that heat, we're going to need the rain, because the second that those rain chances drop down, you can see next week, we're quickly rising up. By the time we get to your Tuesday, we're expecting high temperatures to already get it back into the mid to upper 90s, and that humidity level is going to be staying high as well. So it feels like temperatures for next week are going to be back into feeling like we're in those triple digit values. So just make sure to keep that in mind. Enjoy the little bit of a break from that heat with the better cloud coverage for tomorrow and more rain for your Friday and Saturday, especially because, unfortunately, by the time we get to your Monday and Tuesday, It's when you're really going to feel that heat really just move back into our area. So I hope everybody has a good rest of their evening, and of course, happy Friday tomorrow as well. We're just very close to that weekend. So have a good one, everybody.